Yep. 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, mic check 2. Mic check 2. Mic check 1, mic check 2. Mic check 2. It's just lagging. Or if you just that's the oh, this is me. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, the one that works the area, she does. This is much one switch. So I'm not going to talk too much, but if you need me to fill some air, I will, or I'll interject. Perfect. But mainly, I want to focus and make sure this doesn't go down. Top up. Oh, nope, this one. Oh yeah. Yep. Do you remember check 1, 2? Check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's get ready from Langenburg. Oh, for a lap? For a lap? Gerald was playing out east, then Golden couldn't get nowhere. W. Gerald. Oh, yeah. Look at all the technology here on Parkland Valley Sports Network. Source Embroidery. We sell entertainment. Oh, look, I got all the little ones today. There we go. Grandma's favorites. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check throw. What's that? People that I'm looking to or any call, the best way to our promise, because I'm just going
All right, want to rock and roll? All right, folks, welcome to Langenburg on Parkland Valley Sports Network. We worked through the kinks here. Jason Gordon, your play-by-play for tonight's game. Happy to be on my first broadcast with Parkland Valley Sports Network. And what a broadcast to be in. Game number 5. We're down to 1. And which net is bigger tonight? Last game we played here, there were 13 goals scored here. 12 of them were in the same net. And Skylar Moline steps in with Tyson Zimmer, and we're on. It's going to be loud. Carson Sass, the Red Deer Rebel draft pick, back over to Carson Deranuski. Right through the middle of Skylar Moline. And welcome back, Derek Schwartz, number 93, back in the lineup after his 2-game suspension for a one-man fight with Mike Rogaszewski. Up over the line, Moline kicks it to Schwartz right off the bat, just off the net there. Birch Hayden sharp on that save. Other way, James Nee, always in that far part of the blue line. What a save by Harlux to finish off against Tyson Zimmer. Evan Worley back at the point. And we got a fast pace, and that's Deranuski's first block of the night. Expect a few more of those. Back down around, Carson Sass gives way to Carson Deranuski to Damian Bentz. Damian Bentz, the former Melville millionaire and Yorkton Mauler, dumps it into the corner. That's going to be picked up at the back by Aiden Brook. Aiden Brook kicks it far side to Max Threinen, the draft pick of the Prince George Cougars. Goes to the captain, Nick Carlson. Carlson squeezed out there by Will Hauber. We welcome him back to the lineup. And it's nice and cold here in the Langenburg Arena tonight for a fast pace. Threinen tries to give way up on the line to Taylor Thompson. Thompson waiting for the puck. Carlson steps over. Carlson, McDonnell, and Thompson, a new line for this first shift. Jason Cochin for the Cobras, the Winnipeg Manitoba native, dumps it all the way down into the net, currently living in Indian Head, Saskatchewan. Here goes Taylor Thompson. Watch one of the best skaters in the Sask East Hockey League go to work. Taylor Thompson and his Wayway Sakapo Wolverines just won their first ever playoff series, and he's coaching that team too. Cody Rock with a big hit there. We'll get back to that one later. Puck off the back wall. Good chance there by Rogaszewski. He can't pull the trigger. Rock tries to get it past Worley. Worley knows these boards well. Worley right on net. Quick chance, and Harlux there for the wraparound save. Foster with a huge shot block, and it's going to head up to Rogaszewski. Rogaszewski kicks it back right there to Josh Pepler, the local boy from Langenburg, going to work. Looking for Rogaszewski. Here goes Carter Deranuski, the Canora captain. He's got to step it. Oh, and a lucky save by Birch Hayden just off the knob of the stick. And we are rolling here in Langenburg. So if you're just tuning in, everybody, welcome to the Parkland Valley Sports Network. And both teams are rolling already. 17:49 to go here in the first period of play. And it's been fast-paced. Our first whistle of the game, Deranuski steps in with his old U11 AA line mate, Nick Gordon. And on his left side, Scotty McCoskey. So all teams using their lines really early. Threinen now takes a big hit from McCoskey and throws it all the way down. So McCoskey and Threinen exchanging pleasantries. They got tangled up in game 3 right in front of us, and Thrynan had an injury out of that undisclosed upper body injury. Nobody's sharing the injury reports from either team alongside the work schedules. As we have a working man's league, William Hauber was unavailable for the last 2 games due to work. He's back tonight. We're going to start off with face-off. McCoskey kicks it over into Daranuski's corner. Daranuski finishes hit on Thrynan. Gordon comes in and he hits Brook in the corner. Daranuski high right near the broadcast area, and the former captain of the U18 Maulers takes out his man and puck over glass. And you're going to have a lot of puck over glass here in the Langenburg bumper-to-bumper arena. It's bumper-to-bumper, and the glass is low, so you've only got about a 2-foot glass all the way around. So we'll have a lot of whistles in the netting here, and we're very happy to be here. Thank you very much to Source Embroidery, our game sponsor for tonight. Wallin kicks it back to Hauber, back in the lineup tonight. Over to Bentz. Bentz dumps it in on Birch Hayden. Birch Hayden kicks it around to Brook. Brook now to Thrynan. Thrynan again, puck over glass. So I know the TSN guys made a very good song about puck over glass. And we're in Legendstown here. This is the hometown of Darren Drager. And his son Mason is a member of these Langenburg Warriors. So we'll welcome them into the broadcast tonight on PVSN, Parkland Valley Sports Network, bringing local sports to you. Derek Schwartz with Wallin. Wallin around the boards to Schwartz, trying to connect. They can't. Nice pinch by Hauber. The Manitoba line's going up against Wallin. Here comes Hauber out of the corner on net. Big save, wrap around Schwartz. Oh, and he just misses that one narrowly. Severson now towards the net. Nice tip in front. And Wallin puts that right on. And the horns are going in Langenburg, Saskatchewan. 16:56 left to go here in the first period. Up here in the PVSN broadcast corner, big shout out to Cindy Schwartz for sharing her blanket with us. We can stay nice and warm here and visit with everybody. Up over the line here, Warriors, Tyson Zimmer. Nice little kick play to James Nee from Brandon, Manitoba. James Nee takes a hit from Hauber in the corner. Puck high, up along the boards. Here come the Cobras. Foster, he's got a step on Huska. Foster now gets squeezed out by Huska. Puck goes right back to Zimmer. That's Riley Zimmer looking for James Nee. Carson Dennis, local boy from Canora, kicks it down. You'll hear us say lots. Over half of the Canora Cobras are right from Canora. Here comes another one. Cody Rock with a big hit on the sidewall against Taylor Thompson. Carson Dennis kicked it over to Logan Foster. Foster, far side to Jay Cochin. Jason Cochin regrouping through the neutral zone. Coach Schwartz using all of his players early in the lineup, showing this depth. These Canora Cobras have played every possible playoff game that you could play. They went best of 3 with Cody. They went best of 5 with Esterhazy. Why not have a best of 5 with Langenburg? And this rink is packed. And the Emil Balog Memorial Trophy is in the house one more night. Daranuski pitches in. Daranuski, oh, and just misses off the top shelf as Birch Hayden gets his glove on that one. Puck down, Worley trying to move it up over the line here. Sass can't connect. Taylor Thompson dangerously coming through there. And Taylor Thompson is definitely a player that you don't want to give any space to out there. Taylor Thompson last year with the Rokenville Tigers joined these Langenburg Warriors this year. Growing up in Brenbury, Saskatchewan, spends a good chunk of his time at Silver Beach out at the cabin in Manitoba and coaching the Wayway Sakapo Wolverines. Is a busy man in the hockey game, and he's got a big, bright future in the coaching game alongside tonight's game where he wants to put that banner in the stand. Canora Cobras now. Daranuski's got a step on Thrynan. Thrynan cuts him off and has no room. Troy Zeleniak draws back into the lineup here. Offside is the call to start. Setting up in behind. Aiden Brook gets a big hit there on the play by Zeleniak. We welcome him back to the lineup. Zeleniak now. Tied up with Pepler, gonna give way. Brook's got space, and Jacob Brook, the WHL champion with the PA Raiders, the last banner that he would have hung as a hockey player. He wants to put one more up here, and Jacob Brook had a beautiful step from Roblin, Saskatchewan there. Again, he's played 13 games here with the Warriors as a second-round draft pick in the Western Hockey League by the PA Raiders. Played some time with the Regina Pats. and also at the U of R. And it's his first year here with the Warriors, joining his brother Aiden on the back end. So you have a lot of brothers, you have a lot of family, you have a lot of local boys. That is what senior hockey is all about. And we give a huge shout out to Source Embroidery, our game sponsor. Riley Zimmer up over the line. Nice move on Hobber. Zimmer to the net. Halo with a beautiful save, and he covers up quickly. And we are rolling here. 14:45 gone here remaining here in the first period. 0-0 on the score clock. And with the graphics on YouTube, we've taken it to a whole new level tonight. Shout out to the boys back in Saskatoon watching tonight. And wherever you're watching, shoot us a message. We'll give you that shout out throughout the night. Carson Sass takes over. Sass has his pocket picked by James Nee. Back down to Tyson Zimmer. Zimmer over to his brother Riley. Riley leaves it for Schwartz. Schwartz trying to find Bentz. Bentz closing in on Carlson. Carlson gives way to Worley. Worley takes over. Nice pass to James Nee. James Nee always looking for that stretch pass. Throws it into the corner. Going to work now. Tyson Zimmer. Oh, and Worley with a $500 shot. Stick broken right to the rafters here. Battle in the corner. Hobber loses his stick. Zimmer lost his stick. Schwartz takes over. Schwartz, nice little chip. And that's our first icing of the night. And again, in the arena here in Langenburg, you will see a fair amount of icings. 14:04 left to go here in this first period. 0-0. Both teams setting the pace. Both teams going deeper into their lines, using their depth. And Coach Schwartz, the most decorated East Coast Hockey League player from Runnemede, Saskatchewan, has no stranger to pressure games. Cody Rock kicks it up front to Schwartz. Schwartz can't connect. McDonnell takes over. Jake McDonnell looking for Thompson. And we've got another icing on the play. That'll be Langenburg's first icing. So we'll see those lots. But those icings give us enough time to thank our sponsor, Source Embroidery. We sell entertainment. Very much thanks to Mike and his staff at Source Embroidery for everything they do for senior hockey, sponsoring tonight's game on PVSN, and working hard all year to make sure these teams sell entertainment. Brook now kicks way to Thrynen. Thrynen, big stretch pass to Carlson. Carlson, nice pass to Thompson. Thompson on net, save Harlew. Rock finishes his man right in front of our broadcast area. Foster, he's got a step. Foster, one-on-one with Thrynen. Foster throws it towards the net. Foster got things going here last Friday night when the Cobras were down 6-3. Foster scored 2 big goals to get the Cobras back within 1. Carson Deranuski forced overtime. Nick Carlson, the captain, local boy, takes over, kicks it over to Carson Deranuski. Deranuski trying to get it up to Foster. Foster gives way to McCoskey. McCoskey's got Zuniak going to the net, finds Foster in front. Not a lot of space out there. Warriors tightening up the house, tightening up the defense tonight. Thrynen takes over. Long pass to Rogaszewski, taken out by Deranuski. Sass, hard rim over to Zeliniak. Zeliniak, and almost connects with Deranuski on the breakout. Rogaszewski, nobody home on the left side. Zeliniak takes over. Huska, the former U18 Mauler, takes over right now, gives way to Worley. The former Notre Dame Hound, up to Rogaszewski, the former Millionaire. To another former Mill, and Carson Sass takes over. The Red Deer Rebel draft pick gets it deep, and you'll hear Carson Sass name lots on the back end, as he's relied heavy on by these Canora Cobras. And why wouldn't he? His experience, played for the U18 Maulers, the Millionaires, Red Deer, Kelowna, Moose Jaw, 5 years at the U of R, and he's a first-year Cobra. And we're very happy to have the Melville native alongside these Canora Cobras and playing in the Sask East Hockey League. Oline steps in, the former Carrot River Thunder. Battling there with Zimmer. Watch that assignment throughout the game. The Manitoba line wanting to match up against Waleen's line, and we're going to see an icing there. And Waleen finishes his hit. We wouldn't have caught that, but the horns caught it, and you're going to hear those horns lots, and maybe more cowbell. Oh, yes. Our first shout out to Streetheart tonight. The cassette deck is rocking here in Langenburg. Yes. Snow White, baby. All right. Your Shazam and your playlist is going to enjoy tonight's broadcast on YouTube. Here we go. We own no copyrights to the music here tonight, but we'll have a lot of fun throughout the night. Up over the line, James Nee takes over. Schwartz keeps that one in. Huska bounces it to Zimmer. The Zimmer brothers up over the line. Riley's got Tyson far side. Weird bounce off the stanchion, and that ends up coming the other way. No icing there as Thrynen pinched on the play, and Birch Hayden makes his covering up there. Again, we talked about the depth in these Langenburg goaltenders. Birch Hayden here playing for the Warriors. He's behind two or ahead of two All-Stars. Warren Shimko scratched the first 3 games, an All-Star in this league many times over, draft pick of the Tri-City Americans. And Theo Toma, an All-Star in this league for many times over, is the healthy scratch tonight. So puck down around. Thompson takes it away from Foster down in the far corner there. Foster now back checking on Thompson. Thompson has 3 guys right in front of our area here. Dennis comes in to take him out and caught up with the linesman Bansley there. So there wasn't much place to go for Carson Dennis other than eating a Taylor Thompson elbow. Definitely accidental, no question on that. Just tumbling over our linesman right in front of us here. So we have an icing on the play. And the Warriors come right back with Jacob Brook, Pepler, and Rogaszewski. This newly formed line has shown some definite jump throughout these last 3 games in the series. Cody Rock takes over. Cody Rock watching him closely is Pepler. Nice check by Pepler. Cody Rock has his Canora basketball team in Hoopla this weekend. 3-on-1 the other way. Brook, far side. Rogaszewski can't pull the trigger on the 3-on-1. Turned into a 4-on-1 with Thrynen jumping up. Up over the line now, Rock. Ready for the hit from Kepler. Gets it out of harm's way. Thrynen takes over. Thrynen, the Prince George Cougar draft pick, signed by the Prince George Cougars, playing his season for the Langenburg Warriors. Rogaszewski just over the line, gets it down to the corner. No icing on the call. Sass now battling against 2 Warriors, Zimmer and Zimmer. Far side now, Darrenowski closes in on Riley Zimmer, and they can't connect Huska and Worley on the top end. Gordon coming in on the forecheck against Huska, settling back into that spot. Gordon looking to finish his spot. High flip by Huska down to the corner. No icing. McCoskey now has Darrenowski with him. Far side, and that's going to be a bounce off the wall here. Both teams feeling each other out here. We're at the halfway in the first period. 10 minutes to go. Up over the line. Huska riles one up there just wide. Over in the corner now, right up front, James Nee trying to find Tyson Zimmer. They can't connect. Carter Darrenowski now tries to find McCoskey. McCoskey forechecking on that one. That goes into the box, and our official for tonight puts it down into the offensive zone. Offensive zone face-off, 9:59 left here to go in this first period, and they can't find that puck in the Warrior box. So we'll get a fresh puck. Great pace here. Both teams feeling each other out early, and that hasn't been the case always, as there's been a lot of goals scored in the first periods in all these games, forcing this one tonight. Game 5, one night for the Emil Balog Memorial. The trophy's in the house for the second game in a row, and one of these teams is going to get it tonight. Taylor Thompson. Moline watching him close. And Taylor Thompson, the crowd's very excited about that. Thompson, toe drag, Thompson, and Harlook is there. Two big Tommy Tonys. And again, Harlook had to make a huge save. Bentz has a step there, no icing on the call. Benson Thrynen battling in the corner. Thrynen now trying to come out. Give away to Foster. And Birch Hayden makes the glove save. Brandon Birch Hayden in his second year with these Warriors comes up big with a huge glove save on the giveaway by Thrynen. And you don't want to give it to Logan Foster. He might want that one back, just like Taylor Thompson might want that breakaway back against Harlow. The goalies are putting on a show. Rogaszewski can't catch up to that. Big hit by Rock. And Bansley has an offside. And I've never seen offside reset, so more people wanted a call on the play. Cody Rock with a hit there on Rogaszewski. And The call was actually offside. So Coach Schwartz goes back to Zeliniak, Daranuski, and McCoskey on the right side here with the line change. Carter Daranuski wins it over to McCoskey. McCoskey tries to get it in deep, glove pass through the middle. Touched by the Cobra, so we'll restart. Carson to Carson. That's Sass to Daranuski. McCoskey over the line, gets it down deep. Big shout out to Adele McCoskey. I hope she's watching on YouTube tonight. She's been a big fan on our Facebook page, just like many others, watching from all over the place, from Mexico, Arizona. Multiple people coming by saying that they're enjoying these live feeds. And Parkland Valley Sports Network is bringing it to you on YouTube. And if you want Parkland Valley Sports Network to come to your next local event, give a shout out to Brady Lang on our pages. Puck into the corner. Braden Birch takes over there. Riley Zimmer gives way to Huska. Huska rolls it around the corner there. All the way back is James Nee. James Nee. Tyson Zimmer. Nice stretch pass through the middle. Zimmer high and wide and out of play. So for the most part, the officials will blow down plays in the Cobras end right now. If the puck is above the dasher board, there's also some electricity back there and everything else. So they do kind of use those boards not to be a 12-foot glass, but if it does go above the actual glass in the viewing area, the officials will blow things down. Riley Zimmer now wins it back cleanly to his man, Brook. Brook trying to get it through. They can't. Finishing his hit there is Schwartz. Brook takes over, gives way to Thrynen. Couple Western Hockey League veterans going to work back there, trying to find another Western Hockey Leaguer, Tyson Zimmer. Skylar Wallin takes over. Wallin. We're in the Wallin section too. Bentz. One shot. Big save. Birch Hayden on the rebound from Wallin. Bentz. Looking for some room. There's not much out there. Severson has his pocket picked by James Nee. James Nee. Back to Zimmer. Zimmer trying to find his brother Tyson on the back door. Couldn't connect on the 3-on-2. Hauber now takes out James Nee. Tyson Zimmer now looks for support. Hard rim around the boards to Riley Zimmer. Riley Zimmer gives way to Bentz. Bentz can fly. We talk about Kepler speed. Bentz has speed also out there. Hauber now through the middle, intercepted by Brook. Brook throws it back down into Severson's corner. Austin Severson did not finish game number 4 with injury. He's back out here tonight. Will Hauber steps up. Hauber slips on the play there. The ice is pretty hard and cold tonight. Big hit right in front of us. Jake McDonnell. And the home crowd loves the hometown boy with the big hit. And McDonnell coming in for another one. And the crowd loves that one. Jake McDonnell, the hometown boy, played a year with the Russell Rams, and he's been a member of these Warriors since 2022, and an assistant captain and a leader on these Langenburg Warriors. Jake McDonnell, as they say on Shoresy, setting the tone. Puck goes deep. Evan Worley takes over now. Far side, that's Carlson. Up to McDonnell. The local boys trying to connect on the breakout. Cody Rock. Far side to Kolodziejski. Kolodziejski! Big shot! And another save, Birch Hayden. It's been all goalies here. 6:46 to go here in this first period. And the goalies are dialed in right now. Their focus is elite for this game 1 of 1. Every team that has won a game in this series has been the road team, and Langenburg is hoping to change that tonight with their home ice advantage. They finished first place in the league by 1 point. The Langenburg Warriors beat these Canora Cobras in the only time they met in the regular season. 4-1, if memory serves me right. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me. Either way, I know Langenburg won that one. And stepping in on this icing is McCoskey. Daranuski with Zeliniak on his left. Warriors win the draw. Brook gives way to Worley. Worley takes over in the corner. Bump play to Rogaszewski. Rogaszewski trying to bump it up to Brook. And we've said his name often. I think he's lines every single game in this series. Lee Jarvis, the Sulcoats Lake Towner legend, and now linesman with the call on the lines, and a big shout out to Lee. And we appreciate everything the officials do to make these games happen. They've made it to the championship game, and we can't play the games without the officials. Daranowski in the corner, going to work there. McCoskey closing in on Pepler. Pepler and McCoskey get tied up in front of our broadcast area here. Brought to you by Wallene Farms. Over and around the corner here. Back down, Zeliniak beats Carlson to that one. Carlson kicks it around. That's Parker Carlson, number 6. Far side, Rogaszewski gets by Daranowski, and Harlow is there for the save. Great breakout pass by the Warriors, and the return. Carter Daranowski takes over. Carter Daranowski just misses the far side there. Puck comes back down. Schwartz and Severson trying to close in on James Nee. James Nee gives way to Zeliniak. Zeliniak to Daranowski. Daranowski gets it all the way down to the corner. Schwartz now back in the lineup after his 2-game suspension for a one-man fight. Puck down around. Wallene now towards the net. Oh, and Birch Hayden didn't see that one. Warriors really stretching it out. Here comes Zimmer. Zimmer, and he misses just narrowly all the way around to Schwartz. Schwartz now puts it in deep. Back down around. Threinen takes over. Threinen can fly. There's a reason he was drafted so high by the Prince George Cougars, and they signed him to be a junior hockey player, but he's brought his talents to these Langenburg Warriors, and he is a huge factor. He was definitely missed in game number 4 in that game, so it's great to see Max back on the ice. They're the former member of the U18 AA Sask East Oilers, and his former team, the U18 AAA Warriors, where he spent 2 seasons in Moose Jaw. They're currently playing Regina. We'll give you an out-of-town score later in that final series. Both those teams are definitely headed to Westerns, as the Regina Pack Canadians are hosting Westerns this year. So thank you for tuning in wherever you are. We're 5:02 left here on Parkland Valley Sports Network. This broadcast being brought to you by Source Embroidery. We sell entertainment. If you're looking to make your brand stand out, reach out to Mike Stackhouse and the staff at Source. Up over the line now, Worley, far side, and that'll be our 5th icing. And if we were playing basketball, the Cobras would be in bonus right now, and if there was another icing, there'd be a penalty shot. But we're not playing basketball, we're playing hockey, and I'm sure most of you are going to tune into this later, because if you're not here, there's probably upwards of 800 people here tonight. It's been standing room since warm-up. So thank you if you couldn't make it. Schwartz, big shot off the post on the rebound. Battling in front, Wallene looking for a space out front. Back to Dennis. Dennis rims it around for Schwartz. Schwartz trying to find Wallene and Betts. Oh, and Schwartz takes a high stick behind the play. No call from Huska. Schwartz now picking up his stick. Took a high stick from Huska in the corner. We'll review that one later. Here come the Warriors, up over the line. Far side, quick play. Riley Zimmer kicks it towards the net. Harlow had to stop the kick play. Benson Nee tangled up there. 4:04 left to go here in this first period. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are to PVSN. Riley Zimmer chips it in down low. Puck down around to Harlow. Harlow now gives way to Carson Sass. Ross Harlow, NCAA goalie with Western Michigan. Brings his talents here. We'll talk more about Ross in the broadcast of this here first one. Cody Rock misses the rebound off the head there. Oh, and Kolodziejski just misses Carlson as Kolodziejski was coming in for the big hit on the captain. Hauber now battling there. Pick play by McDonnell on Foster. Pick play there. Kolodziejski does find Carlson there. Carlson has a chance. Carlson back hard. All right, it's low. All right, our first goal of the night, the local boys connect. Carlson and McDonnell. McDonnell on the beautiful pass by Carlson. Cannot confirm or deny. It is loud. Whoa. All right. All right, it's loud in here. So Darren Schwartz looking for an explanation, as long as also trying to fix the box there as the snow has piled up. So again, I would call that the Brett Hall goal. McDonnell went into the crease, got the puck on the beautiful pass by Carlson. He may or may not have been in the blue paint. Harlook didn't have a chance to make a save on that play. And Jake McDonnell gets things started for these Langenburg Warriors. Well, I can't confirm or deny, but I think they called him Jake McDonald, but I'm almost certain it's Jake McDonnell. So our PA announcer, Jake McDonnell from Nick Carlson. Nick Carlson, the beautiful play. The local boys get it started here for the hometown Warriors. All right, 1-0 Warriors. Puck in the corner out here in between the breaks there, so you're not always going to hear a lot of commentary. We'll let the fans take over and make it happen. Rogaszewski now gets the turnover from Darrenowski, kicks it back to Harlook. Harlook got a little tangled up after the goal by McDonnell, so they had a little scrum in front, and the officials are letting both teams solve this one tonight. Carson Sass takes over now. Sass up to Zeliniak. Zeliniak gets it out. Zimmer kicks it all the way back to Thrynen. Thrynen has a little bit of space. Watch him skate through the line. Thrynen now, wrist shot in front. Darrenowski squeezes him off, so he's got to dump it off to the corner. Puck down around. Sass now gives way to Riley Zimmer. Riley Zimmer right back on Harlook. And with 2:31 to go here in the first period, your Warriors are up 1-0. All right, so pot of gold at a guarantee of 2,500, and we're going to guarantee the Emil Balog Trophy will be handed out tonight. Thrynen back on Harlook. Harlook off the chin, and he covers that one up right away. So either way, for these players out here tonight, with the exception of Scott McCoskey, a member of the Lumsden Monarchs, this will be their last game of the season. James Nee kicks it around, far side. Carter Lake takes over. Carter Lake bumped back there to Hauber. Hauber now up through the neutral zone. Nice little pass to Bentz. Bentz chips it in and down. Birch Hayden's got to come out to play that. Birch Hayden right on the stick of Bentz. And Schwartz trying to wrap it around. And we'll see our first penalty of the night. Holding call behind the net on Jacob Brook. And our first power play is about to happen here. Right now, we had a nice, good, strong feed, and our feed went to a little bit poor. Hang on, viewers. Here comes Foster through the neutral zone. Foster can't get any space there. Sass closes in on him. To Darrenowski now. Carter Darrenowski has a little bit of space. Comes into the neutral zone. Thompson and Brook killing with Huska and Worley. Puck down around the back end now. Darrenowski taking over there. Kicks it back down to McCoskey. McCoskey now. Far side to Darrenowski. Darrenowski top to Sass. Sass tries to get it through, and Thompson blocks that one. And you'll have to watch these Warriors. They'll be dangerous on the power penalty kill situation as they load up with their elite players also. Foster now. Setting up on the half wall. He's got Schwartz down beside the net. Schwartz in the bumper position looking for Foster. And a big save by Birch Hayden. Puck down around the corner. Battling in there is Darrenowski. And down on the play here, we've got a man down with 55 seconds left here in the first period. Hard hit, hard play. Lots of horns going off. And our officials sorted out without any extra. And they're going to take things right back to where the hit was. 50 seconds left to go. All right, Darrenowski in on the play here. Schwartz now taking over. Schwartz kicks it back. They can't connect. Sass takes over. Sass. Up to Foster. Foster up over the line. Foster has it in down low. Kicks it back to the top to Sass. Sass now. Getting it through traffic and off the bumper position. Schwartz had to go all the way back down. 20 seconds left in the period, 17 seconds left in the power play for the Cobras, their first of the game. Sass now up over the line on Birch Hayden. And Birch Hayden with the save. Foster now steps in. He's got Bentz on his left. And that's going to go all the way down. Taking over that behind the net is Sass. Still alive? Not alive?
The mobile router in the match and trying to figure it out.
Does the encoder slow it down a little bit? Does the encoder slow it down a bit?
That's an because it's
If you go straight YouTube without the encoder, does that change it or
Just off the
it takes our graphics away? But